Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isaac Kosgei. I welcome you to Kibois Breeders. This is our new farm. We are located in Celia, Kipkaren Celian, that is Mosop constituency in Nandi County. Kibois Breeders is a company that was started in the year 2020, and we deal in Dober sheep production, gala goats production, and in potato farming. For potatoes, we supply especially ware potatoes to leading markets across the region, and we also assist farmers to source for quality seed. We are best known as breeders of Dober, and we've imported quality genetics from South Africa that we're going to show you in a few minutes. And that kind of sheep has taken our farm to the next level. We professionalized it, and we supply Dober sheep to so many parts of this country. And we also do market linkage. We link farmers to the markets. We've supplied, for example, West Pokot, we've supplied Baringo, we've supplied Elgeyo Marakwet, Turkana, Muranga, Machakos, Kitui, and Kajiado counties, both under some NGO funded projects, some to individual farmers. We also do services, we also offer quite a number of services. Number one, of course, being market linkage. Number two, being training on sheep and goat production. Number three, we also support farmers, giving them insights on the market and trends in the industry. And we also train them on feed production and nutrition for their livestock so that they're able to get the best. And most importantly, we also do import and export. Like now recently, we just exported some livestock to Uganda. We've also done some exports to Tanzania before, and going into 2024, we're looking forward to exporting over 1,000 animals to Uganda in partnership with breeders from that country. And the reason we focused on Dober, the reason that we are on Dober and gala sheep production is because the market outside there is big. There's a huge demand for those livestock, and if you look at the global dynamics, and that's why we say that we are offering insight and market trends, the Middle East specifically are ordering 30,000 per country. For example, if you talk of Qatar, they have already signed that they're ordering over 30,000 whenever there's those festivals like Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. When you go to Iran, Iran has already signed a contract with the government of Kenya to supply 200,000 sheep and goats per year. All those animals, the market demands that, of course, they are of their quality, but the most important aspect is the weight. Most of the international markets would want animals that when you slaughter, you're able to get at least a minimum of 20 kilos. No animal, especially for the local breeds, are able to attain that weight within a short period of time. And so this calls then for investments on new genetics, investments on new breeds of sheep and goats that are able to grow and attain that kind of weight that the international market demands within a shortest time possible. And one of the animals that has been identified and that we've seen has that kind of potential is Dober sheep and gala goats. Of course, there are others. In the line of sheep, for example, you still find, if you have good quality merino, you can easily attain that kind of weight. If you have Hampshire down, you're able to attain that kind of weight. But for the local breeds, to get to 45 kilos, it will take you 2 years. Compared to Dober, that would get you in 9 months, they're able to get you to 45 to 60, 70 kilos. So what we normally say is that Dober sheep, for example, will give you twice the weight at half the time. So if you can have that such kind of an animal, it means that in 9 months you are able to sell your livestock to the market and fetch good returns within a short time. This goes to support what the president said about diversification. We all don't need to grow maize. We all do not need to focus on just one crop. We can diversify. We've shown a model that for Dober sheep, for example, and Gala goats, you do not need a big space. We started by farming 100 animals in just 0.2 of an acre. And we've seen tremendous results. And from that humble beginning of farming in 0.2, of course, farming in 0.2 means that we're going outside to lease lands to produce feeds. Then we graze the animals in 0.2 space, because that was the only land that we were able to, that we could say we rightfully owned. And we've gone then ahead from there to produce up to 300 animals. And with that, then it has enabled us to now expand to our new farm, where we are proud to say we've acquired some good space, enough to now produce even up to 500 animals at any given time. So we now have 5 acres of land that will enable us to even further cut the cost of production so that we can be producing our own bone marrows within our own land that we do not have to lease. And most importantly, we are certain that whatever operations and whatever production practices that we're going to do in that farm, nobody is going to disturb us. So we're going to do production in a very big way, and that will allow us to expand, so that the only thing that remains is to lease farms for production of maize, which then goes into feeding the animals. And basically that's what we're doing at Kibois Breeders, and we support farmers, because this journey, if we are given an order, for example, say 1,000 animals to Saudi Arabia, we are not able to meet that demand alone. So this journey of production needs that we all work together towards the same goal. We all must come together and focus on producing this kind of breeds and this kind of livestock, so that we can all export. You cannot go individually to the market. And one of the biggest services that we normally offer is the training at the farm level. Every year we organize at least 2-3 trainings at the farm level, and we believe that with this kind of expansion, we're actually able to even increase our production and increase the training that we're going and the services that we're going to offer to those farmers, so that we can have as many farmers as possible, so that whenever we get an order, say of 1,000 or 2,000 animals, we're able to source from within. And so what we're calling as Kibois Breeders is that if we can support other farmers in kind of an outgrower scheme, so that whenever an order comes in, we can easily just rush in and move in to get those animals and supply. I think that will go a long way. And we've already begun that. We have quite a number of farms across North Rift region that we are supporting, both in guidance and offering breeding stock, so that we're able to offer quality and we're able to go together as a team to the market. What we're impressed is that we've seen a lot of support and a lot of enthusiasm, and we've seen the youth going into Dober farming. We've seen the big and the small coming in. We've seen, for example, you talk of the president himself. We've seen him going into this kind of direction. We've seen some MPs also coming in. The leadership, we have the support from almost all the counties in North Rift region. We have the support of small-scale farmers. We have the support of even the large-scale farmers. We normally get orders and inquiries from across the region, and we believe that if we all work together in this, we're actually going to get, because the potential that is out there is massive. Being able to supply 30,000 animals in that small space of time requires hard work and dedication, and we believe that we're going to change the country one way or another. Thank you very much, and most welcome to Kibois Breeders. So one of the things that we have at our new farm is that we've created enough space for feed storage. As you can see, this front part here is a place that that we are storing hay. We bring in baled hay. That is also an extra storage that is able to take 1,000 bales of hay. Here we are going to store another 500 bales of hay. And then on the rear end, perhaps you could come closer now, other side. On the rear end, we have the grain store. Just come have a look at that. We have the grain store. We have the grain store here, and we also mill, so that whenever we bring hay from inside the store, we are able to mill it here and just get to mix now. And we also have, occasionally once we harvest our grains, we also have maize toffers that we dry the maize toffers and get to mix. Then we just work on a ratio. And this store here that you're seeing here has grains. This one is hay, as I said, and the other one also has hay. So we have enough space to now focus on on feeding 500 animals. And for this milling machine, we are able to, it's a multi-purpose machine that we are able to mill, and we are able to chop also our napier grass. We've grown napier grass on the lower end of the farm, as you can see. So we just harvest napier grass on the other end and come in and mill. We've also ensured that we have good security. We have 24-hour surveillance at the farm to be able to monitor the animals wherever we are, and that's why we have CCTV cameras all over the place. We also made sure that we meet the global gap requirements in terms of having ample facilities. We have clean water, piped water all around the farm. We have over 10 taps around here. We're able to supply water to the farm and to the livestock. The bathrooms are there, the walkway, and enough space just for the lorries to turn around as they come from the farm. Just come and check what the store has. These are the feed supplements that we have for our animals. We normally give 100 grams of dairy meal per animal per day. That is on a maximum 50 to 100 grams ad libitum, so that we get to, just because they are on zero grazing, we get to ensure that their body score condition is perfectly okay, and that they are having enough and sufficient diet, a well-balanced diet for their feeds. And so this store here serves as our grain store. Yes, and this kind of grains, we produce them on our own and can support, and especially ensure that we have enough processing companies around, so that if farmers can be able to grow their own sunflower, their own cotton, their own canola. Because what is the most expensive component of animal feed from our experience is normally the protein part, and they are not actually very few available in the country. We import a lot from Uganda, and with that, it's costing around a leg. A bag of 3,000, when you buy dairy meal, for example, a bag that costs 3,000, 40% of the costs in there are proteins. So even as much as we are working on getting costs by having carbohydrates here in form of grains, we end up going to Uganda for the protein component. So if we had, for example, we know that soya, we know that cotton can be grown here in Busia and Elgeyo Marakwet. We know that Elgeyo Marakwet Baringo can comfortably produce enough soya for this country. Then once we get factories that can be able to off-take that produce from the farms, go press it, sell us the growers the byproducts, which is the cake, and sell the rest and produce edible oil produce edible oil from the grains, then I think it will go a long way in reducing the cost of production, because we will not have to import animal feeds from outside. So it's one request that we want to make to the government, to ensure, particularly the county governments, because we know agriculture is devolved, let them move with speed to support the farmers in producing those livestock feeds, particularly for, of course, for the edible oil industry. Then the edible oil industry will then be able to sell the byproducts, which is the seed cake, be it cotton, canola, or sunflower, to the farmers. Thank you very much. Welcome to Kibois Breeders. This is our new farm. Previously, we were on 0.2 of an acre in a place called Captel, but now we've moved to a more spacious farm that's going to allow us to plan well for the animals and even set up good structures for the livestock. So we've moved to Mosop, a place called Kibois, and we've already moved in a number of our animals. We've moved around 30% of what of the flock that we have, and we are using that. First, we want to see how they respond in this new environment before we ship in all the other animals. And in this structure that you see here, this will be the training area, the viewing area. When farmers come in, we make sure that they get to disinfect from this particular section before they come in, and then they're going to be here to now just watch the animals. Here it's only the workers that are able to go in, and we've constructed a structure that is able to accommodate 250 animals. So it's still going to expand. Our target is to get to 500 animals, but this structure that we've started on accommodates 250 animals, and we want to ensure that by end of 2024 we are on 200 animals in this particular farm. Before now, by 2025, we will be on 500. The reason we came here, one, to be able to get down on the cost of production, because now we can grow our own boma rods in this 5-acre field of land, and there will be also a small grazing area for the animals. But most importantly, we want to better serve the farmers from Elgeyo Marakwet, the farmers from Trans Nzoia, the farmers from Western Kenya, the farmers from Uasin Gishu, and even farmers from Uganda. Last week we had a visitor from Uganda who came, and we saw her ordering 100 animals from us, and obviously that will enable us to even support the outgrowers that we are working on. So this area is strategically placed so that we can serve all the surrounding counties. We are at the border of Western. 10 kilometers from here is Western Kenya, Kakamega that is. And then we have Uasin Gishu in 5 kilometers from here. Trans Nzoia is also not far. Same with Elgeyo Marakwet, where from here to Eldoret is only 30 kilometers. So this allows us to strategically serve farmers from across the region, and obviously also cut down on the cost of production and increase the number of livestock that we are going to keep on our farm. So most welcome. We are located in Kibois, and this is the brand new Kibois Breeders. Let's check our animals. Thank you. Thank you very much. So at Kibois Breeders, we take breeding very seriously, and as you know, the success of a farm enterprise depends on the quality genetics that you put in. So if you have a poor quality ram, you're not going to succeed in your production enterprise. So we decided to invest very heavily on the rams, because we know that a ram is half the flock. By that I mean that this ram is able to serve all the ewes that you see in this farm. So he's half the number of ewes that I have in this farm. So he's able to serve all the ewes and give me quality lambs. And that enables us to go to the market with quality material that we're able to sell to growers. We imported this ram in April, actually 2 of them. The other one is still on the other farm. And we imported this for 250,000 from South Africa. He's already given us some good genetics. Some of the lambs are the ones that you saw, and they get booked at a very good price for 25 to 30,000 when they are 5 months old. And I'll show you, for example, some of the young ones that you see there are its offsprings. So this has really blessed our farm, because we are able to now get quality breeding stock. For us, this particular unit, as you see, we are able to serve 210 to 250 animals as we grow. So we feed them with boma rods and silage in the morning, in the afternoon, and late in the evening. So boma rods and silage, and then we add, as I said, 100 grams of dairy meal. So this is boma rods, as you can see, and mixed with silage. It's not expensive compared to cows. If you can afford to feed one quality dairy cow, it means that then you are able to feed 10 Dober sheep, because Dober sheep consume what 10 Dober sheep consume what one dairy cow, one pedigree dairy cow would consume in a day. So if you're able to feed one dairy cow, then it means that you're able to feed 10 sheep. And what are the returns? Once you invest in quality genetics, once you invest in good breeding stock, good quality rams, they're able to give you good quality lambs. When they give you good quality lambs, we know that a sheep has a gestation period of 5 months, and they are able to take care of the young one for 3 months before you serve them again. So that means that in 1 year, 2 months, they're able to lamb down twice. If you are able to synchronize, and that is the reason that we do not have the males and the ewes all grouped together. We keep the rams on one side, we keep the lactating ewes on one side, we keep the open ewes on another side, so that we can only serve them within every 6-week window. What happens is that we do what we call synchronized lambing. In synchronized lambing, we are able to introduce a ram for strictly 6 weeks. And as you can see, they all give birth at once. So that means that I will be able to take my animals when they'll be 5 months. They all get to 5 months at the same time, and I am able to sell them at the same time and fetch a good price. If I have invested in a good ram like what you see here that we imported from South Africa, it means that we're able to get young ones or offsprings that grow so fast and get some very good weight, and I'm able to fetch an even higher price. Our rams, for example, when they are 4 months, we're able to sell them for 25 to 30,000, which are offsprings of the South African, and the market demands them a lot because we know it's going to improve the genetics of farmers across the region, and it's going to support farmers particularly across North Rift. So we give them at 4 months, 5 months. If we keep them to 1 year old, then it's even going to cost higher, 40,000, 50,000 per animal. And one ram can serve up to 40 animals in that 6-week window. So that means that if I have 100 animals, I can serve them every 6 weeks. I serve for six weeks, take a break for 6 weeks, come and serve another group again for 6 weeks, and keep repeating the cycle like that. Within no time, one ram should be able to give me up to 150, 200 young ones per year. So even if we are importing at a cost of 200 or thereabouts, we are able to gain 5 to 10 fold the value, because we are able to sell the young ones. We're able to get good quality material. One of the offsprings of those rams, for example, is here. This guy here, at 4 months old, you can see the frame, you can see the vigor, and you can also see the weight. You can also see the weight. Within 4 months, it's able to gain a lot of weight. It's able to gain a lot of weight. What happens is that for Dober sheep, it gains 10 kilos a month. So by the time it maxes out to 100 kilos, 110, 120. So if you are able to keep good quality genetics, the next other challenge would be to work on nutrition. Give the animals good nutrition, and in return they'll reward you with a good weight of a minimum 7 kilos a month, maxing out at around 80 to 100 kilos for rams and 60 to 80 kilos for ewes within that 9-month window. And then you're able to now take your animals to the field. So the return that we get from Dober sheep is that they're fast growing, they have very good mothering abilities, they are very docile, they require very small space to keep, and they consume less feed. As I said, if you can keep one dairy cow, you're able to keep 10 double sheep, and those 10 double sheep are able to give you 10 animals. Let me just go down to the economics of a good quality ram. One ram, as I said, serves 40 ewes at any given time. Those 40 ewes, assume half of them, which is 20, are rams. And each ram will sell at 30,000 shillings. When they are 6-7 months, then it means that you're able to get 600,000 by just importing one ram. Then you also sell out the ewes for 20,000 each. You're going to get another 400,000 because you're going to get 20 ewes and 20 rams. I'm using that as hypothetical. In some cases, we know we get even 25 rams and 10 and 15 ewes and vice versa. And there's even the extra bonus. If you feed them well, most of them will throw you. Sorry, we'll take that again. Let me just. If you feed your animals very well, they'll be able to give you the grow so fast. As I said, they reward you with twins. And when they reward you with twins, obviously that becomes a bonus for you. So that is why we are encouraging as many farmers as possible to take up double sheep farming. And here at Kibois, we are ready to support, to offer expert advice on how to keep them, to also link farmers to the market. And we welcome all of you to Kibois Breeders Mosop, which is located in Kipkaren, Salien, so that you come and experience what we have, and we share notes together on how best to produce and how best to farm double sheep. Before I forget, we also have gala. I think I held back. We also have gala goats. Gala requires a hot environment, and we keep gala goats in Kerio Valley. So when you go to Cheptebo, you will find our gala farm. We have over 100 gala goats there. They are also fast growing. The animals that the market demands, and we are able to supply particularly the Asal counties of West Pokot, Baringo, parts of Elgeyo Marakwet and Turkana. We are able to train farmers on how to take care of gala goats and get the best of them. And so we will also welcome you to our Cheptebo farm that practices gala goat farming, so that we experience and see what we have. Thank you very much, and welcome to Kibois Breeders. So you can see, this is Sam, of a 1-month-old guy, and he's one of the best of the best. So this is 1 month old for you, and you can see the kilos. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and most welcome to Kibois Breeders. Thank you very much, and most welcome to Kibois Breeders. Yes, breeding excellence.